Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. It's an OT7 story. If you are solo stand and can't see other members, then this story isn't for you. You are on wrong channel. Watch the story carefully, then comment. Be respectful and don't embarrass yourself. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. On a stormy night, a little boy, while searching for a help, reached at the mafia family with his injured brother, where mistrust had already poisoned relationship. His brother's life was saved, shelter was given, but it wasn't the end of his struggle. Survival was only the beginning. The real struggle had just begun. Let the story unfold where loyalty is tested, blood is questioned, and a little boy must prove his worth in a world that never wanted him while protecting his brother from everything. Arthur's point of view. In a rainy, stormy night, a 6-year-old Cookie was begging to save his 2-year-old brother Titi's life. A group of mafias refused to help them and left. But another mafia brought them at his home, who was none other than those mafias' eldest young. He forced Hobie to check Titi. After checking Titi, he found out he had a high fever along with a cold and cough. Jin ordered everyone to do the arrangements for tea cook that everyone denied. But Jin played young card and they all had to do that while changing Cookie's clothes. Jin saw the old and new bruises on his body. Jin calmly talked about it while applying ointment. He told him about his step-parents and their abusive behavior. Cookie asked Jin for shelter. Jin couldn't deny him. He told everyone that now onwards Teacock would stay here. Everyone became mad to hear this. They all were already mad with Jin because of his decision, but they were more mad at Jimin because he was the reason behind everything had happened to them. Jin called everyone in room. Let's see what happens next. Jin entered the room and sat on his chair. Oh, everyone is already waiting here. Looked at Yungi. I left the mafia field just for a few years and you all started considering yourself owner. You thought you could do anything and no one would question you. But you forget that I'm still here. You all are still obliged to answer me. You cut off. Hobie. We are also the owner. You can't treat us as slave. We are your brothers. Just because of one defeat you can't unnoticed our years of hard work. Now you are misusing your power. You cut off. Jin. I haven't finished yet, Dr. Kim Hoshok. I haven't given anyone the right to interrupt me when I am talking, whether it's my brother or anyone else. Angrily looked at Hobie. I will give each one of you proper chance to explain yourself. I have already collected all the hard work. I called you here to show you all something. Looked at Jimin. Have you brought what I said? Jimin. Yes, Yang. I have already got everything ready. If you allow me, I will start. Jin. Start. Who is first? Jimin. Dr. Hoshok. Jin. So everyone except Dr. Hoshok settle down first and enjoy your years of hard work. Except Hobie, everyone settled down on the couch. Jimin turned off the lights and started the projector. He had already prepared the reports of Hobie's work. Jin secretly gave this work to Jimin. Jimin, Dr. Hoshok, leader of our mafia team of doctors, without his final medical report of mafia, none of mafia can go on any mission. As per my research, in the past 2 years, he didn't take his work seriously. He allowed those mafias to go on the mission who were already sick. Some common diseases were cold, fever, cough, headache, and muscle stiffness. He had a big hand in this mission that we recently failed badly because he allowed those mafias to go on the mission who were seriously injured. 3 weeks ago, the Group A's leader had a shoulder injury. He didn't even recover yet, and he allowed him to go on a mission. As a result, he couldn't carry the weight on his shoulders. Mission's head had weak eyesight. As a result, he couldn't see the enemy's army and they attacked us. Another blunder was one of Mafia recently lost his baby. He couldn't even come out from that trauma. As result, his mind went blank during the mission. There are so many cases like this. Place the file on the table. Here, everything is written in detail. If you all want, you can check. I only focused on the recent mission's failure. Jin looked at Hobie. So Dr. Hoshok, what do you want to say about your these achievements? You have the complaint that how could I teach you about your work when I don't have medical knowledge? Now explain your this blunder to us. I gave you a chance to explain yourself. Hobie, I thought they would easily handle the fever and cold. I gave them medicines too. It was just a short mission, so. Jin, so you thought you could take this mission lightly. And why did you allow the man who recently lost his baby? Hobie, his leaves were declined. It didn't come under my work. Jin, he was depressed. Of course, it would come under your work. But you didn't bother to check. Despite being a doctor, you have ignored these diseases as if they aren't diseases at all. Looked at Jimin. Who's next? Jimin looked at June. Mastermind and head of the mission, Kim Namjoon. Jin looked at June. Oh, Mr. Perfectionist, who never made a single mistake. Let's see his hard work. Jimin, Mastermind Kim Namjoon. He is the brain behind our every mission. We follow his plan. All his plans were always successful, but this time it failed. Reason was his poor and careless planning skill. As this mission was so small, so he didn't put any effort into it. There was no plan B. He was so sure about this mission's success that he didn't even bother to make a plan B. Because of his this carelessness, when rival decoded our plan, we didn't have any backup. As a result, we were defeated. No one lost their life because of their presence of mind. Otherwise, he would have left no stone unturned to kill everyone. In one word, it was the worst planning we have ever gotten. Toss the file on the table. Here is the complete record. Jin looked at June. Wow, what the hard work you did. Clapped. Our mastermind didn't even remember the first rule of any battle, that never make the mistake of considering your opponent weak. Because of your overconfidence, we lost this mission. You put our men's life in danger. Now justify yourself. You want me to not interfere in your work? This is how you work, Answer me. June, this mission was easy. We easily defeated big rivals. In front of them, this mission was nothing. I thought we wouldn't need a big plan for this, so I didn't research about our rival's plan and try to decode it. Jin looked at Yungi. Are you satisfied with this answer? Because I'm not going to buy it. Looked at Jimin. Did you find any flaw in our the most capable mafia king Kim Yoongi? Jimin. Tossed a file. Of course I did. According to my analysis, Mafia King Kim Yoongi is the main reason behind this mission's failure. Everything happened under his nose, but he didn't find any mistake. It was Mafia King's work to check everything, which he didn't do. Not only this, from past two missions, he was inactive. Because of our strong planning and leadership quality, we were able to win against them. Everyone can make mistakes, but not a king. Our rules were bluntly violated. Only few and trainee mafias were sent on this mission, even though our rules clearly state that only a few trainees are allowed and only when they are paired with experienced mafias, so they can learn how to handle risk. But on this mission, not a single experienced mafia was sent. I deeply analyzed about this defeat and made a report. Placed another file on the table. You can check. I completed the work given by you with full devotion without any discrimination. Jin. Jimin, you did a good job. Looked at Yungi. I'm eagerly waiting to listen to you, Mafia King. Tell us the reason about your laziness. How did the rule break? Yungi, I talked with June and he told me that this mission was perfect to test our trainees as there was no risk, so I trusted him. But I didn't know there was no plan B. Jin, you didn't know because you didn't want to know. Who is June? Is June the mafia or you? Isn't it your responsibility to cross check everything? June is just a member like others. How can you blindly trust him? He is your brother only in this house. Each member's responsibility is on you. You can't free yourself from your responsibility just by blaming others. We failed because of your laziness. I don't have problem with a defeat. We can't be successful in all the mission, but this defeat is a result of your negligence, and I don't accept this. If something happened to someone, who is responsible for it? How do we explain this to their family? To us, they are just a mafia, but to their family, they are everything. What will you do with your power if you don't even want to use it? You won't get your post back until you prove your capability again. Looked at Jimin. Jimin, you don't need to apologize to any of them. You did nothing wrong by telling me about this blender. You have proved your loyalty. It's not the backbiting. Go to your room and sleep. No need to think much about this. Turn to others. I'm seriously so disappointed with all of you. You all ashamed me. Now I will have to reconsider my decision about your posts. I'm leaving these files here. Be proud of your achievements. Jin left from there along with Jimin. He dropped him in his room and came to check T-Cook. He saw Cookie wasn't in his room. While searching for him, he came to backyard and found Cookie was standing there. Hoodie was completely swallowed his tiny body. He was looking at the moon and talking about something. Cookie,
Mama, Titi's fever hasn't subsided yet, but Mama doesn't need to worry. Dr. Hangi checked Titi and injected him. Titi will be fine till the morning. Mama, you know Cookie got an angel Hangi. He brought Titi and Cookie to his home. See?
took a circle.
This cloth is given by another Hangi. It's warm. Cookie doesn't feel cold. You know, Mama. Today, Cookie's tummy is full. Uni Hangi prepared super tasty food for Cookie. Here are 5 Hangis. Angel Genie Hangi, Mini Hangi, Uni Hangi, Dr. Hobby Hangi and Juni Hangi. Angel Genie Hangi and Mini Hangi are so good. They happily welcomed Cookie and Titi. But Juni Hangi, Dr. Hobby Hangi and Juni Hangi aren't happy with Titi and Cookie. But Mama shouldn't worry. Soon Cookie will win their hearts and requested them to let Cookie and Titi here. They are just a little mad, but not bad. Now Cookie has to go. Cookie left Titi alone. Bye bye, Mama. Good night and sweet dreams.
Turned around.
This house is so big. Cookie forget where did Cookie come here from? Maybe Cookie came here from here. Left.
Cookie happily left to Titi after telling his mama what happened today. He never forgot to inform his mama about Titi. Jin was looking at him with a smile and thought, Mrs. Kim, Ginny, now stop crying. How much will you cry over this small thing? If you keep crying like this, you will fall ill. Jin
This isn't a small thing, Mama. That the punished Obi. Obi was crying so much. Ginny is feeling so bad. Ginny isn't a good Yangi.
Mr. Kim walked to them and sat beside Mrs. Kim. Dada didn't punish Hobie without any reason. Hobie made a big mistake and Ginny made a mistake too.
Ginny only wanted to save Hobie like a good Yangi.
Mrs. Kim, Ginny, protecting youngers is the elder's duty. But Ginny supported Hobie in wrong things. Ginny tried to hide Hobie's mistake, which is so wrong. Elders shouldn't never hide youngers' mistake. If Ginny will hide Hobie's mistake, then tomorrow again Hobie make the mistake thinking that Ginny Hangi will protect him. Hobie will never learn his lesson.
But protecting Hobie was Ginny's responsibility. Ginny couldn't protect Hobie. Ginny isn't a good Yangi.
Mr. Kim, Ginny, how will we improve unless we realize our mistakes? Now Hobie got the punishment. He will always remember this. If he dares to repeat this again, he will get punishment. Mrs. Kim, and if Ginny always favor his brothers and always takes their sides in wrong deeds too, then they will never become a good man. Instead of hiding the mistakes of youngers, elders should make them realize their mistakes before someone else points fingers at them.
But if Ginny doesn't support them, they will be sad and get angry with Ginny. Ginny doesn't want to angry them.
Mr. Kim, then let them be angry. Sometimes you have to be strict to guide youngers onto the right path. A young should know when to be strict and when to be gentle. Mrs. Kim, Ginny, look at the moon. Everyone can misunderstood you, but not God. God knows the truth. You don't need to prove how much you love your brothers. God can see everything. Jin looked at Moon. You were right, Mom and Dad. Sometimes, even when we don't want to, we have to make some tough decisions. I made one such decision today. I know it will impact our relationship, but I can't let them do anything wrong. I'm their young. It's my responsibility to keep them on the right path. Time skipped in the morning. Everyone came to the living room but found it was already cleaned. They checked everything was already cleaned. Hobie swiped his finger on the center table. It's clean and shining. Yungi, all the cushions neatly placed on the couch. June, this floor is mopped too. June ran to them. Hang, Titi and Cookie aren't in their rooms. June, they aren't in their room means they must be in the house. Jimmy, no Hang, they aren't. I searched for them everywhere but couldn't find them anywhere. And the main door is open too. Jin, the main door is open, but I myself locked it yesterday. June, sorry, I went outside to receive the call. Maybe in hurry I forgot to lock it again. Jin looked at June and slowly shook his head. Let's go and check them. With that, they all started checking for Tea Cook. Hobby found them near the garage cleaning their car. He informed everyone and they all went there. Hobby, what are you doing here? You both had high fever yesterday and today you both again started playing in the water. Looked at Cookie. Where is your hoodie? Don't you feel cold? T looked at Hobie and went to him while holding a napkin.
Cookie hanky, no cold, cold. Cookie hanky, so strong.
Cookie,
Titi, they are those angel hankies who saved Titi's life and gave us shelter. Thank them.
T
Thank you. Ah.
tried to bow 90-degree but fell. Cookie quickly helped him to stand.
Sorry, Titi is still learning how to bow.
Yungi looked at Jimin. Look, you got another floor lover partner. Now you aren't alone, who always fall. Jimin smiled. I was thinking the same. June, it's so cold here. Come inside, we will talk inside. They all came back to living room and Jimin turned on the room heater. They all settled on the couch and Teacup were standing there. Jin, Cookie, where is your hoodie? Wear it fast. Why did you remove it? Cookie,
It would get wet, so Cookie removed that.
Hobie, come here. Let me check your temperature. T happily went to him.
Uti, check Titi. Titi, no hot, hot.
Hobie placed his back of the hand on his forehead and under the chin. Your fever has subsided, but still you have a mild fever. Cookie, come here. Let me check you too. Checked him. Cookie,
Cookie doesn't have fever.
Hobie, but it doesn't mean you can play in the water. Helped him to wear his hoodie. I will bring new clothes for you too. And sorry, yesterday I behaved so rudely with you. I was just mad. Cookie smiled.
It's okay. Cookie isn't angry.
Shungi, but why were you cleaning the car? Cookie,
Because it was so dirty. Cookie cleaned this room. Then Cookie remembered your car was dirty. Cookie cleaned that too.
T,
Titi wipe, Titi wipe.
June, you can work at such a young age. You are so tiny. T,
Titi no tiny. Titi big boy. Titi so strong. Titi help Cookie hangy.
Cookie,
Titi can do small works. Wiping is Titi's specialty. Titi can wipe anything perfectly.
T proudly smiled.
Titi big boy.
Jin, but why did you clean the living room? T,
Cookie hangy clean house daily. Titi Vicky help Cookie hangy. If Cookie hangy no work, Titi no food. Work
important. Jimin, what? You need to work to get food? T nodded his head vigorously.
Yes, no work, no food. Titi no strong, Cookie hungry. Titi no hungry, Cookie hungry.
Cookie pulled T's hand.
Titi, keep quiet, don't talk much.
T looked at Cookie.
Titi no talkie, Cookie hungry. He asked Titi answer. If Titi no answer, he mad.
Cookie,
Titi,
T quickly placed his tiny baby index finger on his lips.
Did you know talkie talkie? Did you lock Titi's lips?
Looked at Jimin.
Did you know answer? Cookie Hangi say, did you know talkie talkie? Did you know talkie talkie? Mole, did you quite,
said by still placing finger on his lips. Yoongi, we all can see how quiet TT is. Jin, Cookie, you don't need to work, you will get food. I will prepare the breakfast. T pulled Jin's pants.
Titi food? Titi no talkie talkie? Titi wipe? Titi food please?
Jin patted his head. Of course Titi will get the food. Titi did so much hard work. Now leave me so I can prepare the food for you. T left Jin's pants.
Ati, thank you.
Flashed his big boxy smile. Jimin, Cookie, why aren't you eating? Didn't you like the food? Cookie shook his head vigorously.
No, food is so tasty. Cookie is shaving it for Titi. Titi will eat in the evening.
Jimin, why are you saving your food for Titi? You hardly eat 2 spoons. Cookie smiled while feeding Titi.
Cookie is big. Cookie can stay hungry, but Titi is small. Titi can't stay hungry. Cookie is Titi's hungry.
Everyone stopped eating and looked at Jin, who was looking at Cookie. Something struck them. Yoongi looked at Cookie and said, Yoongi, why do you stay hungry? He will get food at night too. T.
No mama, no food. Titi, Cookie hungry. Titi, tummy black hole. Titi eat monster. Titi eat so much. Cookie hungry, work new mama food. Cookie hungry, save food. Titi, night.
June clenched his fist. What? How dare they to do this? Jimin, they are just babies. Jin, they have step-parents. June, Cookie, you eat as much as you want. No need to starve yourself. Here you will get enough food. Looked at T, who was about to speak. Yeah, you will get the food too. Cookie looked at them with glossy eyes.
Thank you. You all are so good.
T
Thank you.
flashed his boxy smile. Yoongi drove Cookie to his step-parents' house and passed inside. Cookie was so scared. He thought he came here to drop him. His step-parents were looking at Cookie with fuming eyes. He was looking down. Stepmom, while holding her daughter, what are you doing here? Looked at Yoongi. Look, mister, if you have come here to drop him, then let me tell you, we have no connection with him. Don't drop this burden here. If you want, you can dump him anywhere else. Cookie held Yoongi's forearm tightly.
Please don't leave Cookie here. Titi must be waiting for Cookie. I will do everything what you say, but please don't leave me here.
Yoongi looked at him. Shh. I'm not going to leave you here. You will come back with me. I brought you here for important work. I don't like to waste my time. So tell me, what punishment do you want to give them? Stepdad. What punishment? Get lost before I throw you two out of my house. Yungi looked at him. Your house? Don't you have a slightest shame left? You snatched this little boy's home from him and made him a slave. You didn't give him proper food, didn't give them a proper room to stay. In a heavy rainfall, you throw him out along with Titi, who was already sick, and you still have the courage to threaten him. Stepmom, what nonsense are you saying? We don't know him. It's our house. Yungi ignored her and looked at Cookie. Cookie, tell me, what do you want? They hurt you and Titi. Cookie looked at them.
Nothing. Cookie doesn't want anything from them. Cookie's mama said if we hurt others, then we also never get peace. We shouldn't take revenge. Cookie wants to be happy.
Looked at baby.
Cookie doesn't want to punish them. Please let them go. Cookie wants to go to Titi.
Yungi, okay, as you say. Now come, let's go. Held Cookie's hand and came outside of the house. Wait a minute, called his right hand man. Where are you? Right hand man came there. Yes, boss. Yungi, did you bring what I tell you? Right hand man, yes, boss, handed over him a small headphone. Yungi, wear Cookie headphone, listen music and go with Yang. I will come back soon. I have to do very important work. Cookie,
Promise you will come? You won't leave Cookie here alone?
Yungi, promise I will take you back at home with me. Right hand man held Cookie's hand. Let's go, little boy. Don't be scared. You are safe with me. Right hand man took Cookie with himself, who kept looking back at Yungi with hopeful eyes. Yungi was stretching his arms and neck. He was just a little boy, treated worse than a slave, forced to starve, made to work even when his body was breaking, his childhood stolen, his brother almost taken from him. Yet he kept smiling. He never lost his purity. He easily forgave the very people who turned his life into a hell, even when he held the power to destroy them. But the question remains, will justice finally find him? Will his step parents face the consequence of their sins? Will Yungi take Cookie back home with himself? Will Teacook be able to gain everyone's love? Will Yungi really let his step parents go like one shot version, or show them his peaceful mafia side? To be continued. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. Sorry for waiting you all long for this part. I know you aren't interested in this story. Your demand to convert this story into a series was just a prank, but I fell into your trap. Nothing new in this. You always pranked like this to me. But now that I have converted it into a series, I will end it the way I had originally planned, whether you watch it or not. It's Mafia family, so it's obvious for them to be cold, rude, and rough. Well, do you think T. Cook's step parents deserve to be alive? Will Yungi let them go just like a one shot version, or he will show his peaceful mafia side to them? I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with next part. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.